All right. All right, this is Sports for Real with Coach Hall. Just got an old fake message that I had to shut down. Looked authentic, but they got me with that. I should have known better, but it cost me about 3 or 4 minutes, but no big deal. We just get straight to the point. Last night, Cleveland played the opposite of what they played in the first game when they got upset by the Pacers. Um, Mitchell, they can't seem to stop him. He does what he wants to do, but for whatever reason, they make these little mistakes that allow the Pacers to just hang around and hang around. One critical error that they couldn't seem to fix was giving up an offensive rebound. So it was the case when Halliburton, he throws up a shot from deep. He gets into the lane, he gets his own rebound, takes the ball all the way back out to the 3-point line, fires up a three. I'm thinking he's shooting the three to tie the game, but I didn't realize they were only down by 2 points. And he hits the three with like 1 second left. So now everybody's stunned. Here's Cleveland control the game the whole game. Their star is going off. They're still shorthanded. They're the better team, right? Well, apparently not. Injuries aside, you still should have a deep enough roster where you can overcome the unexpected. And clearly the Cavaliers' mentality is that they don't have it. And for the second straight game, the Pacers have come into Cleveland and knocked them off. So now the question is, are the Cavs cooked? They got to go back to Indiana, do or die. Here you are flying high after whipping or sweeping Miami, and you're on the verge of possibly being swept yourself by the unexpected team, the Pacers. All right, scam speak, shouldn't they be fit? I don't know what you're talking about. Oil up, Unc. I don't know what that means. Jack Barron, they've been cooked. Well, maybe they were cooked when Garland got hurt, but I didn't think they were going to go out like this. I still think for some reason they're going to come back and win this series. So I don't think they're cooked. They're clearly the better team, but Indiana does have a lot of heart. So when you say, who are these guys? Well, this is not a team that's just showed up. They were actually in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They don't necessarily have household names, but they're doing what I like. They are competing hard, and they're trying to win. Unlike some of these other teams out there who just seem to be happy to score a lot of points in the regular season, but when the lights come on the brightest, they fold. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Ja Morant. I'm talking about Jalen Green. I'm talking about a whole bunch of other ones. But this is surprising to me that Cleveland is in a 2-0 hole. Am I daunted by it? No. The question is, are they? Basketball players are not known for having the toughest mental dexterity, if you want to say. In other words, once they get behind these classic front runners, they'll quit. And I wonder if Cleveland is going to do that. I don't think so. I think they're going to come back and win game 3. And if they do, then they're going to win the series. So in short, I'm telling you, whoever wins game 3 in the Indiana Pacers series is going to win that series. All right. While you're coaching, I'm down in Florida, scam speech. Cavs don't have heart. Pacers are battle tested. Yeah, they are. And don't look like the Cavs have a little heart. But I think when you get Garland back, but better yet, it might be better to leave Garland on the bench at this point because he's going to have to play his way back into shape. And I don't think he has enough time to do that. Cleveland is a better team, JC, but they have injuries, so Indy would take advantage of that. Well, that's why you're supposed to have a good bench to overshadow any kind of injuries that you might have. Out of the world says, man, you look like, all right, whatever. Anyway, all right, I see what's going on here. He's an idiot. Get rid of him. All right. All right. So the question is, are the Cavs cooked? Like I said, I don't think that they are. They're going to find their way back into the series, and because of that, I think that they're going to be okay. But speaking of injuries, did you see the late game last night? Steph Curry went down in the second quarter with a hamstring strain, and that is not a good thing for. That is not a good thing for Golden State. And you would have thought that Minnesota would have taken advantage of the absence of Curry, but the difference between Minnesota and Golden State is that this is more of a team. This is a seasoned veteran team who would just generally shift the responsibility over to other players. And it helped them greatly that to start the game out, Draymond Green came out hitting all those 3-pointers. Buddy Hield, he was off in the first half, but he came on in the second half. And as you know, Jimmy Butler plays a whole lot better when he's not on the floor with Steph Curry. So it's not surprising to me that they held him off, but it's also surprising to me that Minnesota did not struggle. They struggle because they've been off for a couple of days and they're out of their normal routine. It looked to me like they kind of like lost some of their fitness. Maybe they partied too much after beating the Lakers. Or maybe they expected everybody to be sluggish like the Lakers. But whatever the case, they didn't shoot the ball very well. And if they shoot like that all the rest of the series, they're going to get swept, whether Golden State has Curry or not. But I think Minnesota will be fine. I don't think that Curry, he's not coming back next game. I never had a hamstring strain. I've had hamstring pulls, never where they pulled all the way. But when you have a hamstring, you can put a sleeve on and that'll minimize the effect of the pain that you have to the point where you don't even feel it. But if you had a strain, that's different. Now, I never had a hamstring strain, but I had calf strings. Well, you think you're going to be out 2 or 3 days? No. Calf strains will keep you out several weeks. And that's just me without having the proper training. Now, you cut that time in half for a guy like Curry because he's got the medical staff to help get him back. But I don't care who you are. If you get a calf strain, you're going to be out a while. I don't know how much different that is with the hamstring. I don't think that you don't have the same kind of forces that affect the hamstring as the calf. So he shouldn't be out too long. So I figured they put a sleeve on it, get some treatment. At the most, he probably missed 1 game. Even last night, he could have continued if he had to. He hobbled around a little bit. He would have been a liability on defense. But I don't think he's going to be out for too long. But it didn't surprise me at all that Golden State was able to hold off Minnesota. I think Golden State is the better team. And what you have to do with Minnesota is it's the kind of team that wants to get out and run. And if you can control the pace and not let them get out and speed the pace up on you and start hitting all those threes, that's to their advantage. And Golden State seemed to know that, and they kind of like control the pace last night. And if they're able to do that, then this series is not going to be no more than probably about 5 games. But without Curry, it's a great opportunity for Minnesota to come in and steal one or get a victory to go to San Francisco down tied 1 apiece. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Jack Barron, but in basketball, anything can happen. You're right. Is this the movie The Last Samurai? You're talking stupid. Golden State in good position, even if Curry sits out game 2 and go. You're right. They are in great position. He can sit down and rest, and they got that mindset. I thought they made a mistake when they rested pretty much all their starters in that game 5, hoping to come back and win game 6. But Houston didn't cooperate. So I think that move backfired on them, being that you had to play that extra game. But I want to tell you something about rest. Rest can actually work against you. Look at OKC. they lost that game because it took them a while to get going. They blew it in the end, but at the same time, they were still rusty. Minnesota was clearly rusty last night. And they're going to play better in game 2, just like OKC. But rust is a clear factor in this particular case. And I think that Golden State is in a great position. And like I say, I didn't think Minnesota can beat them anyway. The better matchup for Minnesota was Houston because they like to do all that talking. And that's just the kind of thing that Edwards need to get off and go off on a team. But Golden State's not going to talk trash to him. All right. The question is, are the Cavs cooked? Most of you are saying no. I agree. But I do say this. If they fall down 3-0, that series is over. Because even if Cavaliers are at full strength, you have to think that within a 4-game stretch, Indiana's going to beat them at least once. So game 3 is it for Cleveland. They can't stop Mitchell. They just got to get more help from other people. And better yet, they got to hit those boards because that's what killed them. So we'll see how that goes. All right, this is going to be a short one here. I'm getting a lot of crazy comments today. That doesn't bother me, but I got to get up out of here and go to work. I had technical difficulty starting out, and that's why I got on a little bit later. But I got all that straightened out now. But I appreciate all you guys checking in with me. Jack Barrett, new face. JC, as always. Old sucker behind scam speech. I shouldn't even mention his name. Weston, he's talking crazy, but that's all right. We're going to talk sports until there's no more sports to talk. And even though basketball is just something to do until football comes back around, it does provide us with some kind of entertainment that we can talk about. And it's actually heating up and getting pretty good at this point. But tonight, real quick, the Knicks looking to go up 2-0 on Boston. That would be more of a shocker to me than Cleveland going down 2-0. But Boston is clearly the better team, and it'll take a miracle for the Knicks to go in there and beat them 2 straight. But even if they did beat Boston tonight, I still think the Celtics will come back and win that series. But why put yourself in those interesting situations? It's not a good position to be in because, like Barron said, anything can happen in basketball, and you get to the position where it's a 1-game winner take all, then you're really up for whatever happens to you because the bounce just might not go your way when you need it to go your way the most. So keep an eye on that. So I'm taking Boston tonight, and I expect OKC to bounce back against Denver. I don't know what they're going to do against Jokic because they're severely overmatched down low. And unless they find a way to stop this guy, he's going to continue to score. And this time he's going to have more assists than he had last time. So Jokic is a big problem for OKC. And they need to hurry up and solve that or get that rust off. And then it won't matter. So tonight I'm going with OKC and I'm going with the Celtics. So unless some breaking news come down, I catch you guys later on. Well, I can't do it later on. I can catch you guys in the morning, but are the Pacers for real? Yeah, they for real. There's no fluke here. They went to the conference finals last year, and if they win game 3, they're going back. We might just have a rematch with the Celtics. So until then, I catch you guys on the other side. It's been Sports for Real. Got to go to work, man, so I'm out. Check this poll vote before, all right. Fred Wright say Oklahoma City going to be okay. We just had to get, well, I wouldn't say you got humbled. I just think you was a little bit rusty. I think you'd be all right. Like undefeated game of the, okay. All right, Fred Wright, I didn't see you, but, I got to get up out of here, man, running late. So appreciate you guys chiming in. One last check on this poll vote. A lot of you say the Cavs are not cooked, and I agree. All right, you guys have a good day. I'm out.